We're live. Well, good evening from New Smyrna Speedway. Welcome to Lugnut TV. Tonight we have the World Series of short track racing going on. Cars are on track for the open practice and qualifying session. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Tonight we have 3 great races on tap for you. Starting off here with the street stocks. Early on, James Lehman has the fastest time on track. We still have a few minutes to go. Before we get going, I want to thank our sponsors, racegear.com, Billy Wise and the Wise Guys. I also want to thank our new sponsor, Bowtie Apparel, and of course, as always, Over the Top Paints and Design. And we're just watching the cars on track now as they get some laps in preparation for this special one-night event. This event is in conjunction with Speed Weeks. Every year, New Smyrna Speedway hosts 9 days of short track racing and draws some of the best short track racers in the country to that facility. They race everything from sportsmen's, late models, super late models, modifieds over the course of the of those weeks. And while the guys are working around the track, I'm going to grab a few of these guys and get a few words with them. I want to start with one of my buddies here from Colorado, Robert Panic Manis. Panic, how you doing tonight? What are your thoughts on this race that we got going on?
Oh, I'm doing real good. I haven't really messed with New Smyrna a lot, so this is all a new learning curve for me, but it's a little tight, nice short track. Should be a lot of fun.
And of the 3 cars we're going to be racing tonight, the Street Stock, SK Modified, and Super Late Model, is there one that is going to be your strong suit?
I think the Super Late Model is going to be my strongest effort. I love that car and got a special paint scheme, the kind of a tribute to Tony Stewart going on for it. So it should be a lot of fun with that one. The Modified is going to be my worst car. This is whatever happens, happens.
And what's your strategy? It looks like the best way to get this championship tonight is to have a good showing in all 3 cars.
Yeah, we're about P7th on the qualifying right now. Probably about just hang out in the middle, see how the race unfolds, see if there's any major issues. If there's any major issues, just hang out the back. If there ain't, we're just going to gung-ho forward and hope for the best.
And switching gears, yourself, and me, and Rackham, and Evan, we all ran the 500 today. But then it looked like you had a good run in the NASCAR iRacing Series Daytona 500. Any thoughts about that?
Yeah, I got greedy. We were 20 laps in, and we were all single file, so I thought, man, this is going to be cool. And I was running about 20th, and I started going. And as soon as I started going, the big one happened in front of me, and we just got swooped up in it. Couldn't get stopped in time. It's all good. You know, it's Daytona. You know how it goes, Bob. We'll just move on to Atlanta.
Yes, I know all too well. I found myself in that spot. And who's the pick for tomorrow?
Chase Elliott all day.
All right, and that's Panic driving the number 14 tonight. And best of luck down there in your pursuit of the world championship in the World Series of short track racing. Still about 10 minutes to go here before practice closes up. Still got Lehman on the provisional pole. Dustin Covington with a strong showing with a 21.52. He's in the number 48 machine tonight with that cool trickle look with the City Chevrolet Camaro. In third, we're showing Craig Covington on the speed chart with a 21:26. Right there with this kid. And I'm going to bring up to the booth Alan Madding. How are you doing tonight?
So far, so good, sir. How are you?
Doing well. Welcome to Loose Lugnut TV. We're in the booth and broadcasting live, and I want to grab you and talk about bow tie apparel. What's going on over there?
Introduced a line of clothing, shirts, coffee mugs, hats, and now dresses as well for the Chevrolet bow tie enthusiast.
And I understand those are a tough coffee mug, I think you were saying the other night.
Yeah, they're pretty sturdy. I'm pretty sure you could defend yourself in a home burglary as well as getting your caffeination levels to the level they need to be.
Good deal. So what's your strategy to win this championship tonight?
I'd like to finish a race tonight, turn the weekend around a little bit.
We got 3 great shots to do it, and you're usually a pretty good short track racer. You spent some time behind the wheel on dirt, didn't you?
Yeah, I did 10 years of short track running in Phoenix City, Alabama, East Alabama Motor Speedway, Cordele Motor Speedway, and Cochran Motor Speedway. So did dirt, then we transferred to asphalt, run stocks and mini stocks.
I bet there's a lot of good times and a lot of great stories from those days. Any sponsors you want to give a shout out, or fans watching at home?
Want to say a big shout out to Loose Lugnuts, everything John's doing, as well as Over the Top Paint and Designs. And of course, want to throw a little spotlight on those great bowtieapparel.com things. Come check us out. Let us know what you think. If you have an idea for something that's not out there that you want, by dang, we can create it for you.
Well, alrighty. Well, best of luck tonight in this unique event that we put on for the guys.
Thank you, sir. Kind of hope we'll turn the luck around this weekend. Last night turned out pretty rough, so maybe this will work out a little bit better.
All right, and that's Alan Manning from St. Petersburg, Florida. Pretty talented guy. And we definitely got some time. It's like on the clock here. Almost 18 minutes into this opening 25-minute session. Unique format tonight for the fans and drivers. There's no actual single car qualifier, and it's just open practice. And your practice time, best lap in practice, is where you're going to be graded in tonight's feature. And looking for somebody to interview over here in TeamSpeak. I'm not seeing the guy I'm looking for, though. Still no change, but the top 3 times, Lehman, Dustin, and then Craig Covington. Charles Lard, third right now. And that's our provisional starting lineup as we wait for the guys to finish up here, and should just be a few more minutes, so enjoy the cars running around the track. Hey, we've had some late arrivals. We got Jake Anderson now joining the session. Dote the Horter Hoskins in the 66 also joining us tonight. Definitely got a good field of cars here. Looks like we're going to have about 14 or 15 competitors in this race. That should be a good show. Currently watching the 99 car go around the track. Matt Hevener, he always has a very exotic paint job on his cars, driving the 99. But the Mr. Bubble, a very brightly feminine looking car. And we will shortly be joined by Reckham West Holland. He's going to be our co-broadcaster tonight. Wes just running a little late. Generally, he's known for driving fast, but a little bit off the pace in getting here tonight. We have Matt Hevener currently provisional spot 5th. We got a lot of our regular drivers here. We got Brian Rizal, Panic, the Georgia Flash, Nick Reynolds, Jason Hughes, always a strong competitor. All 3 Covingtons. Definitely have a good lineup here for this World Series of short track racing event that we have going on tonight. Yeah, it looks like there's a few guys out there getting these things loose. And we generally have a short driver's meeting before the event. So I'm just going to step away and just remind these guys of what's going on. All right, I'm back. Double duty tonight here, playing the director of competition and broadcasting. Keeps me busy. And we are just about ready to get these things gridded up. Just seconds left in this practice and qualifying session. And just went over the rules with the drivers. The fans, you get 1 point for leading a lap, 1 for the most gains, 1 for the pole. iRacing calculates contacts and incidents and such, and if you have 11 or more, you're going to get -3 points, and the guys that can put off a clean performance are going to get +3 points. Top 3 finishers from the street stock race will actually be starting in the rear of the SK race, and top 3 from the SK race are going to be going to the rear for the super late model race. So this should make it exciting from a points standpoint to see who gets to be the World Series of Short Track Racing champion. Cars are gridding up. We'll take a quick look at our starting lineup. James Lehman is on your pole with that solid lap, 20.081. That guy's always fast. We have Dustin Covington to his outside, starting third. Craig Covington. Charles Lahr. Not a guy that always joins us, but good to see him here in that number 41 car, starting fourth. Matthew Heavener, the Baltimore Bomber in the 99, starting fifth. Jason Covington rolling off in sixth. Andrew Williams starting seventh. Smoke Jason Hughes starting eighth. The Georgia Flash Nick Reynolds starting off in ninth. Panic Robert Manis in 10th. The Hornet Dode Hoskins starting 11th. Mr. Breeze Alan Manning in 12th. Travis Zudemeyer starting 13th. Brian Bizel starting 14th. Jake the Snake Anderson starting 15th. And, of course, my good buddy and co-broadcaster on Friday nights, Brian Tribble, starting shotgun in the field in 16th. That is your starting lineup, 25 laps. Must have did that quick because I haven't rolled off pit road yet. You'll see me probably in the screen. I'm just in there watching the race so I can do this broadcast. Lehman, Covington, your front row, 25 laps. Copy. And the Ford Mustang pace car pulls away with the field in tow. James Lehman in that Army car. A good looking paint job, I believe John did. Over the top paints. Got that cool Trickle look-alike car on the outside pole there with Dustin Covington. Dustin still wheeling those cars with one arm. Regrouping from his rotator cuff surgery. And the lights are off on the Ford Mustang pace car, and that will be pulling in, and we'll be going green here in just a moment. And the field is green. Lehman gets a nice run on the inside. Dustin is going to try to get down to the inside, but Craig Covington looks like he's going to fill that. Oh, no, Dustin gets a run on the high side. We have a couple of cars rubbing the wall at the exit of two. They're 3 wide behind them. And a 4. Lehman holds that lead. Dustin, Craig Covington, second and third. And looking further back in the pack, we have a lot of competitive racing. Two and sometimes 3 wide back there with Nick Reynolds, Charles Lahr, Jason Covington, and Jason Smoke. Guys are still trying to get things sorted out. Field now working lap 4. And looking back out front, James Lehman's got a commanding lead over Dustin Covington, a solid 4 car length lead. And this race will go by very quickly. It's only a 25 lapper like you see at your local home track. Field getting ready to work lap 6. We do have a caution. Looks like Jason Smoke, Dode Hoskins, and Zudemeyer all getting caught up on the back straightaway. I'll wind this back here and see if I can tell what happened. Working at a 2, looks like Dude just gets the wall a little bit, loops it around, collects Jason, and Travis was left with nowhere to go. And there should be no pit stops. Drivers were instructed that there's no tires and no fast repairs. And looks like Jason Hughes is working on getting a little damage fixed up. And Field is in tow behind the iRacing Mustang. The beginning lap number 8. Not a lot of time left to get to the front for those that aren't there already. And taking a look at the top 5 as they ride here under caution, we have James Lehman, Dustin Covington, Nick Reynolds, the Georgia Flash, in 3rd. Craig Covington and Matt Hevener rounding out the top 5. Should be getting the one to go, I believe, this time by. Oh, looks like one more lap of caution. While on the caution, just want to again thank some of our sponsors. Our new sponsor, BowtieApparel.com. A lot of great stuff over there. As always, over-the-top paints and designs. A lot of the cars on this speedway you're seeing tonight are painted by all the great painters over there. Billy Wise and the Wise Guys. Fortunately, Billy wasn't able to join us tonight, but what a great band. Don't listen to dumb music. Listen to the Wise Guys. And RaceDeer.com. And there it is. Lights are off on the iRacing Mustang. Fields crossing over into columns at 2. We'll be going back green. We'll be starting a lap 11 next time by Lehman, Covington. Which one, you might ask? Dustin, of course. Your front row. It looks like Hoskins, Zudemeyer, and Smoke are all back on track, but at the end of the fields. Pace car is off.
Green flag, green flag.
And field is away. And Dustin Covington on the outside gets an awesome start. They're going to be side by side through 1 and 2. Lehman with that bottom and preferred line does get the run and gets back in front of Dustin. Dustin now peeks down to the inside. And just can't quite get alongside, but he is right there. And Nick Reynolds putting a lot of pressure on. Taking a look down at the inside of Dustin Covington down in the turns 1 and 2. Nick is there. And we have a caution, some action behind the leaders. Looks like everybody is back away and rolling. So I didn't see what started that. Dode Hoskins is off a little bit slow. Looks like Hevener also may have been involved, because he is back there now too. And just wanted back on my screen, looks like Matt Hevener gets into Craig Covington a little bit, and it's a scramble to get by that. No major damage on any of the cars, it looks like. Everybody's able to drive away. And back under caution, field now working lap 14. This is going to leave a probably an 8-7 lap shootout here when we do get back on the green. And we did have one car, looks like a wave around, the lucky dog. That would be Travis Zudemeyer. I see Jason Covington has worked his way up to fourth now with all the action on track. Sitting third, Nick Reynolds. Dustin Covington currently in second, and James Lehman still leading. And following this race, the guys will be going into a 25-minute session with the SK Modified, same format. That action will be at 9 p.m. Eastern, so we'll have some free time between events. It looks like this one's going to wrap up before that even opens up. And I didn't see any of the cars hit pit road. Per our rules tonight, there's no fast repairs and no tire changes allowed. Again, this is a one-night only event, and a slightly unique rules package. Most of these guys know I like to pull weird packages out of thin air and put some unique events together. A few weeks ago, we were taking the MX-5 and running mini stocks. Lights are out on the pace car. We're going to be going back green here. Field will be beginning lap 18 as they take the green flag. Let's see how Dustin does on this restart. He had a real good restart last time. Was almost able to get that lead. It's Lehman and Dustin Covington, your front row. Mustang pace cars off. Lehman gets the early jump this time, wasting no time to get back out front and clear of Dustin Covington. Nick Reynolds dives it into turn one underneath Dustin Covington. And they're side by side as they head off towards turn three. A little contact. Nick Reynolds gives a little bit of a bump as they enter the corner. Dustin Covington slides up the track. They're still side by side as they head into one. I'll tell you what, from experience, you hit Dustin Covington too much. It's like sticking your hand in a bee's hive. It's going to hurt you eventually. Side by side, that battle is still going on. Nick noses out coming out of turn four, but Dustin with a nice run on the high side is able to pull a little bit further up on the outside. Rick Reynolds now able to finally clear Dustin. We got to action way back in the pack there. Caution is back out. Saw that exotic 99 looking car go. Not having a good night. He was involved in that, looks like, too. Be winding the action back on my screen to see what happened. But we had the 99 and the 66, the 22 and 8 involved in that, John, if you're looking for it. And looking at the action, the 99 gets back in the back of Brian Fribble, sends him around coming out of two. Brian not giving a lot of room on the inside. He goes around and, again, poor Travis Udemeyer left with nowhere to go. Light contact with all the cars. Doesn't look like anybody took a substantial amount of damage. So they should continue on easily. However, this may be it. Field's working lap 22. Not sure if we're going to be able to get this back on the green. We do not have a green-white checker system currently on iRacing. Which is a little bit unfortunate. So that would make this very exciting. So I'd love to see what Nick Reynolds has for James Lehman on this restart. And your current top five is James Lehman, Nick Reynolds, Dustin Covington, Jason Covington, and Robert Mattis. Panic didn't have a whole lot of confidence in the interview earlier. He's found himself at fifth. James has done a good job, led all of this race and from the pole, definitely scooping up those bonus points. Be interesting to see who's got incidents and doesn't for the three-point bonus. Hey, lights are still on the pace car, so that means this race will unfortunately end on the caution. Pretty sad. I always want these things to end on the green, of course. And picking up where I left off on the field rundown, Charles Lark in the 6th, Jake Anderson 7th, Brian Bazell 8th, Alan Manning in 9th, Smoke Jason Hughes in 10th, Craig Covington back to 11th, Matt Hevener in 12th, Dode the Hornet Hoskins in 13th, Brian Tribble 14th, Travis Zudemeyer with a tough run here in the street stocks in 15th. And showing Andrew Williams several laps down. I don't think he actually started the event, however. There it is, the fireworks go off, and that is round 1 of World Series of Short Track Racing tonight. James Lehman will be working his way around. This is only the first round, however. This is not the big win. The big win will be the guy that gets the most points in the 3 events collectively. I'm going to grab James while he's screwing around out there, having fun with the straight stock at the end of the event, and see what he's got to say about this first round.
User was moved to your channel.
James Lehman, how did that first race go for you?
It was good. Had some fun. It was getting pretty interesting with Dustin and Nick.
Yeah, I was watching that, and I was really hoping that we were going to get back to green and to see what the Georgia Flash had for you. What are your thoughts on this next round coming up with the SK Modified? Of course, yourself, Dustin, and Nick will actually be going to the rear of the field for the special event rules here tonight.
It should be fun. I love the SKs. I love the SKs and Tours, so it should be a very interesting race to see us 3 come up from the back. It's gonna be one hell of a show.
And any shout outs you want to give? Sponsors, fans, say hi to mom or anything?
I just like to give a shout out to Loose Lugnuts. You guys put on great races every week, and I love running here.
Awesome. We're glad to have you. You're a pretty talented sim racer, and wish you best of luck in that next round with the SK Modified.
Thank you.
User was moved out of your channel.
And that session is winding up. I'm going to grab a couple other guys here and talk to them in between sessions. None other than, of course, Brian Tribble, I think. We'll see what he's up to and what his thoughts are on tonight's race.
User was moved.
And in the booth, we have Brian Tribble. Brian!
Hey, what's happening, Bob?
Not much. How you doing?
I'm doing alright. Sorry, I got my poor quality headset on tonight.
I could tell the difference in your voice.
That's all I care about at this point in time. It's how good my voice sounds over the airwaves. That was an interesting race, huh?
Yes, it was interesting. I was watching the battle up front there. Nick looked like he had something for Lehman. Looked like you got caught up in some action in the back of the pack.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to crashing the 99 the next 2 races. So we got that going for us.
Well, don't make me too busy as Ray said. No, I'm trying to broadcast here.
That was a nervous lap you had there, Bob. No, it's all good. He deserves it. So once he figures out how we race in this league, he'll get it, or he'll take another year sabbatical or whatever he does. But yeah, not a very good race for me. I started shotgun on the field, made it all the way up to 9th position, and then that dipshit spun me, and that's how we ended the race too. So kind of bad for everyone.
Yes, I'm sure he's going to be spoken to, and wish you better luck in the SK Modified race. And looking forward to being back in the booth with you next Friday as well.
Yeah, I'll be on my A behavior that day.
Copy. And that's
User is
Brian
moved out of your
Fribble.
channel.
Definitely, the short track emotions are definitely bleeding through. Guys get real intense out there, and sometimes it's hard to keep it where it needs to be. We're going to take a short break here. Still waiting for a good buddy, Reckham West Holland, one of the most successful loose Lugnut drivers on the circuit. He should be here soon, but we're just going to step away for about 5 minutes, and we'll be right back.